What's up?
Oh, look, you got the memo. Look at the hoodies.
Yep, it's cold in my apartment today, so
I'll probably start sweating pretty soon. I got the fan turned down a little bit, but this drink's gonna get me a little warm.
yeah, cheers, man. Got
Cheers.
my old fashioned, a little bit watered down. I was been sitting here for a little bit.
Okay, what do you have in there?
I just have Jim Beam
Okay, I got this.
doing it.
I got this bottle of EH Taylor. This is the one we got
Oh, nice.
at Buffalo Trace when we went to Kentucky.
Oh, that's
Uh,
good. I've had Buffalo Trace. That's really good.
Yeah, so it's one of their brands, and it was the last bottle that day that they had of this. Everyone was going crazy looking for, it, but because we did the tour,
Yeah.
they let us have. They basically grabbed whatever was left and let us buy it directly during the tour. But downstairs in the gift shop, there was nothing left, and people were trying to buy this off me. We're like, no,
Mhm.
we're taking it back. So we bought this and a few others. This one's pretty good. It's got some. It's a popular one, but I was drinking a different brand the other night, and it was a little more, I think, a little smoother than this. So
Wild Turkey is pretty good too. I mean, with the old fashioned,
it
since you're
it,
mixing
it,
it,
it
it's
was it was a Wild Turkey brand. What is it called? My buddy got it for me for my birthday. I have to look at the bottle. I forget, but
yeah,
yeah.
it's
So
all good when you mix it though, man. I had the when I go to Tap 42, the one they use is the what's the one it's called? Wood
Woodford
starts with a
Reserve.
W. Woodford Reserve.
Yeah,
Yeah, that one's good too.
yeah. We went there too and checked them out. It was raining that day that we got to there, but they have a really nice distillery there. Uh, they all do. I mean, it's really nice. If you ever get a chance, you need to go there.
Yeah, especially if you like whiskey and bourbon.
Yeah, I mean, this stuff is it's super popular. Right? The money that's in bourbon right now is just crazy. These places are like just making so much money.
And
It's
they've been
hard.
around forever.
Yeah, and it's hard to keep this stuff in stock because this has to age in the barrels.
Yeah.
So you can't just make them just pour it into a bottle. It doesn't
It's like
taste the same.
wine. It's
Yeah.
just saying like wine. It's gotta sit there for a while. Man, your color is much darker.
Oh, the
Look
drink.
yeah.
Well, this
So
this is straight. This is just straight um,
oh, you didn't make sure.
bourbon.
Okay.
No, it's straight
Okay.
bourbon.
Yeah.
So yeah, how's everything else going? How's the weather down there?
No, it's been crazy. So I live in Palm Beach County, but Broward, I don't know if you saw the pictures, the images, but
Yeah.
it got it got destroyed. I mean, people were like literally their cars were underwater. And what's crazy is my friend was just getting back from Colombia yesterday at 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the middle of everything. And they had to reroute his flight from Fort Lauderdale all the way up to Orlando. And he had an Uber from Orlando all the way down to Palm Beach. I think it was like 250 bucks for the Uber.
Holy shit!
Yeah, because the airport was underwater.
I saw that, and I didn't even know anything was going on down there. It's I started seeing stuff like on social media today, and I was like, what's going on? And I think I texted you, and
Yeah,
it's crazy how
it,
much
it's
water's down there.
mostly it was mostly Broward. Anything in Fort Lauderdale area, like luckily here, it's not. I don't know if we're considered such a flood zone compared to Fort Lauderdale, but Fort Lauderdale got killed, man.
Was it raining for a lot of days for like
Yeah, so it started raining on Sunday. So it's Thursday. Well, yesterday, today's Thursday. Yesterday it was raining hard, which is Wednesday. So it rained pretty much for like 4 days straight, like nonstop.
yeah.
So I think they said it rained. They got more rain than the last. I think it like the odds of this happening was like 1 out of 1,000 or something. Like the amount of rain they got in the last 4 days in Broward.
Yeah,
It's
that's
crazy.
I saw the I don't watch much TV anymore, so like I don't have any cable, so I don't watch the news. I just happened to see it on social media. And I was like, oh, let me check this out. But
Yeah.
crazy stuff, man, dude. Um, I know we talked about this topic, but I kind of wanted to get it because I just went through this thing today. So I went to Publix earlier to get stuff for just for the tonight and for the next day's kind of meal prepping.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so sick of these grocery stores, man, and just like the inflation. I, I
Oh,
spent I spent 70 over $70, 71 change for basically a bunch of vegetables, 2 packs. It was like 2 packs of ground chicken breast, and then like some deli meat, and basically most everything else mostly vegetables.
where'd you
And
go?
Publix,
Oh yeah, Publix is
$71, dude, for like nothing. a joke. Cucumbers, carrots, like just iceberg lettuce. Like I didn't get
Their
anything
produce
fancy.
is ridiculous, man. And people are like, well, the produce is like really like the best quality. You can still go to like the farmers market. Like I go to Aldi's a lot and Trader Joe's, and I feel like their quality is just on par with Publix, and it's a lot less expensive.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
not by much. I mean, it's definitely cheaper, but it's not by much, and it's
well,
crazy.
because everything's gone up at this point.
It's just
So
ridiculous. So this lady was standing there. I was standing by the meats, looking at the chicken, and she's like, I hear this lady just curse. She's like, this is fucking ridiculous. Blah blah blah. She's just going off to herself, and I'm standing there,
yeah,
kind of, I can hear her, and she gets close to me. She's like, "Can you believe this?" And I knew she was talking about the prices of the steaks. I was like, "Yeah, it's crazy." I mean, she's like, "How is anyone supposed to, buy any kind of meat, with the prices?" And it was so she was looking at the green ones. I mean, obviously green ones is a little more expensive because they're organic or whatever. Still, it was two pieces of ribeye, just regular size ribeyes for like 40 something dollars. You know, so I think probably the
it's
regular
crazy.
regular price is probably, for the regular cheap ribeyes were like 30 something dollars for two pieces. But and then they had like it looked like a roast, a rib roast for like $75, but it wasn't even that big. She's just going off. She's like, I'm on a fixed income. My husband, we don't ever get to eat steak. I just want to get some steak tonight, and this is like ridiculous. I'm like, dude, I can't believe it. I mean,
Yeah, if you're on a fixed income, you're getting destroyed right now because at least, we're young enough to kind of it's hard to cut back at expenses at this point because everything's gone up. Rents in South Florida where I live is about 30% increase from last year. So you got that. Obviously, you got the insurance going up in Florida and you got the groceries. But if you're on a fixed income, man, life is not easy because your income's not getting any higher. And the expenses, the inflations, like all the prices are going out of control in the supermarkets, the gas. That's
everything. I
another
mean,
thing down here.
everything. I mean, it's just like, even the cheapest things. Like I bought a pack of these like low carb tortillas. The kids like them, and we make them for quesadillas. This is a product that's made of like flour and water. It's almost $5 for a small pack of tortillas. Like, what in the world for flour, dude? It's
Yeah.
unbelievable. And
So I'll give you an example. Go ahead.
anyways, just to wrap it up. So I was cashing out. I was checking out at the register, and the guy rings me up and he's like, "That's 71 something." He's like, "Would you like to donate?" Blah blah. I said, "Bitch, donate. I'm gonna put a sign here to
Oh yeah,
donate to me." I mean,
yeah,
he's like,
they still hit you with
"Sorry."
a donation.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm like, no, I understand it's your job, man. I'm just giving you a hard time, but still, like, and then you walk outside and you got people asking for money for a fundraiser. You go to your car, you got someone asking for money. You buy your car. Everywhere you go, someone's like trying to get money out of you, and you're already
Oh,
tapped out.
and what about the tipping situation? Before you used to tip when you go to a restaurant and you sit down and dine. Now they want you to tip and they put the screen in front of you when you're
Yeah,
just going out picking up your food,
they turn it
when you're
around.
everything's a tip. Everything's like a tip. And I'm like, I understand like people working that. But if you're going to pick up your food, the main reason you're going to pick it up because you don't want to pay delivery charges, you don't want to
Yeah,
tip, you know,
you're trying to save some money, and
yeah,
it's if you're in the area, I get, dude. Like I used to be a very generous tipper, but like it's getting so out of control now, and like everybody wants a tip. And there was a comedian that I was watching, and he was like, now you go somewhere and you pay at the register and you get your own food, and like they turn the screen around. It's like, oh, there are gonna be a couple
yeah.
questions out here. Just I don't know what's gonna show up. Just
And
they
they
might
stare
ask
you
you,
down. They stare you
and then you're
down.
like, and then like they're the cashier's feeling awkward. You're feeling awkward because now I feel like I got a tip, and it's like it's so true because like I don't want to tip, but sometimes I still do it because I feel
You feel
bad.
bad. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's
I
like
mean,
it's crazy, man.
when you go out, like you're expected, like when you go out to a restaurant, in your head you're going to tip. And I always tip good when I go out to a restaurant or I go to a bar. But when you're going out just to pick up some food or you're just ordering takeout or maybe you're just going to go buy, now everybody wants a tip. And it's just like, it's
Yeah.
crazy
For
with all
doing
the,
their job. I mean, yeah, I understand takeout, like they're checking your order, making sure it's something, it's usually never right, but they're putting your napkins and a fork in there for you. I mean, really, why do I have to pay for that service? I'm already paying for all this money for this food. Your
yeah,
employer should be paying for your wages to put a fork and a napkin in my bag and making sure the food's right. I
yeah,
mean, that should cost me extra to make sure you actually did your job right, you know?
yeah, it's getting out of control, man. And I know people like, especially if you're in the service industry, I know a lot of people are in the service industry, and obviously it's not like we're saying we don't tip. We do tip. It's just it's getting out of control.
Oh
Everybody
yeah.
wants a tip, and it's everything's gone up. So it's not as easy as a tip was before, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
So
I've worked in restaurants for many years. I
yeah.
worked, as a waiter. I worked in the bartending. You go to a bar and the guy pops a cap off a bottle for you, and they're expecting $1 tip for it. And like, you
Mhm.
literally just popped a cap for me. I can do it myself, in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But that's just the society we live in now, and it's unfortunate because the employers are the main reason. I mean, because you should be paying these people a little bit better. Obviously, with the way things are going and what you're charging for food. Because listen, I understand inflation is happening, but it's getting out of control. Like, these places are marking things up on purpose, not because inflation.
Inflation is just an additional tax, basically. Your buying power is less now. You're getting taxed, when you get paid on your paycheck, then you're getting taxed when you basically purchase the product, and then you're getting taxed because of inflation. So you're getting taxed like 3 times. And you got to pay tax at the end of the year. So it's like you're getting taxed nonstop. And it's, now more than ever, people are really cutting back. I went to, this was when I sent you a message on Tuesday night. I went to Taco Tuesday in a very popular place here in South Florida. And dude, when I tell you it was dead, there was nobody out. Now, a lot of it had to do with the weather, but it was actually wasn't raining. It was just like,
Cloudy.
yeah, but I've been going there for years and it's been always packed, even on the slow months. But I was like, man, it's like people not going out anymore.
Yeah,
Like, is it,
it's funny that you brought that up because I went to get my haircut. Was it yesterday?
well, it's,
And usually I can't book it last minute, right? And I was like, let me just see if there's anything available. And he's on this app called Booksy, and
yep.
I logged in, and he had two open time slots, and like near the like right at the same time that I'm looking at, I'm like, this is weird, man. Like, he's got two available spots today at right around this time. So I go in there and I'm talking to him. He's like, dude, he's like, I'm like, how's it going? He's like, man, it's been crazy slow, dude. I don't understand what's going on. I'm like, really? I go, I thought something was going on when I checked the app, and he's like, dude, everybody that comes in here, even his customers, are talking about how all their business, everything they're all in different industries. It's slow. It's not as busy as it should be. And I mean, that's a sign, dude. It's one thing if one person's telling you, "Oh, it's just been slow today,"
Oh
but
no,
if
it's
but
everybody's feeling it.
if everyone's
Everybody's feeling it.
complaining about the same thing, there's something happening. And this is the first time that I think I actually noticed a bit of a slowdown coming from a lot of people. So I don't know. I don't know where we're going to end up here in the next few months, next year or so. But
Yeah.
it's scary. I mean, if you have money, you need to put it away. If
Well, you got
not,
to find ways to cut back. Obviously you want to increase your more income, but the haircut situation is funny because when I first got down here years ago, you could get a haircut for $20, then it went up to 30. I went it to 40. Now it's $50 to get one haircut. So of course, people are not going in every 2 weeks to get a haircut.
no.
I apologize for that.
What happened?
Yeah, so of course people are not going in and getting their haircut every 2 weeks, every week, because who can afford to spend 50, $60 every time you go in if you're doing it weekly? It's crazy. It's another monthly expense of
Yeah.
$200 a month.
Yeah, no, and I understand these guys. They're it's a learned skill. They have to, like, they're trying to stay in bit. Sometimes my guy has his own little studio. He rents a studio out, and it's expensive. But you're talking about, when I starting getting haircuts back in the day, we were talking about like $12, right? And I've always been a pretty good. I guess I hope I'm a good tipper. Um, so nowadays, if this is here, I know you're saying it's more expensive, but like if $30 plus a $10 tip, $40 by the time I get a haircut takes him about maybe 20 minutes. I mean, that's 20 minutes of work for $40. And I mean, I can't justify going there every week. I mean,
No.
if it was like $30 with a tip, I might be able to go twice a week, or I might even consider going twice a week. It's not that I can't afford it; I wouldn't want to pay for that much. But
Yeah.
still, I mean, like, who's going to spend, like I said, over $200 a month on a haircut?
The thing is, before you could, if you needed to, if it was like my rent, for example, you spend an extra $400 or $500 a month in the rent. Well, that could have been money I could have used for other stuff, right? So when everything goes up at the same time, it's very difficult. So it's not like we're not trying to like go out there and give that service to people, or that business to people in the service industry, but it's very difficult where they're squeezing you from every angle. They're squeezing you from the rent aspect to the gas pump to the grocery store to your everyday expensive if you want to go out, and it's all across the board at the same time. That's why it's so hard right now.
Yeah, man, I feel bad for the people that literally don't have, you know, if you're, so let's just say that, so that haul that I got today, $70, that is literally more than what people make in a day. So you would have to work 2 days almost. So, I mean, depending on what your wage is, 2 days, let's just say 2 days, to buy some freaking vegetables and a pack of chicken. Like, seriously?
It's crazy. Yeah. The food should be inexpensive
No, I
compared to
mean,
how much we mass produce in the US.
and
That's one thing.
there's nothing that's cheap anymore. I mean, even McDonald's, if you go to McDonald's recently or any of these fast food places, they're what used to be their dollar menu doesn't exist anymore. I mean, not
No.
it's like a $2 or $3 menu. Like, there's no dollar menu really anymore. Um, so
Yeah,
like,
no.
even the people that really literally don't have any money can't even afford to go to eat McDonald's at the bare minimum because it's so expensive.
Yeah, no, it's pretty. I think it's going to get worse, man. I wish it's going to get easier, but the way things are going, it's probably just going to get worse. You know, people are really feeling it. So, I think it's almost time for a refill here. Are you going to refill?
I mean, at the pace I'm going, I might. I mean, yeah, this is. I mean, this is. Yeah, I'll probably need one in a minute.
Yeah. So you want to?
You got to step away to go get one.
Yeah, step away, and then we'll continue. We'll jump right into the video.
Okay, well, I'm gonna pause it here.
Okay.
So just hurry up.
All right. No, it's gonna take me 2 minutes, but I just wanted,
Right,
dude. I
pause
have
it.
nothing left. Yeah, hold on. Let me get. All right.
You back?
Yep.
All
On my
right,
second
guys.
round here.
Welcome back. We'll officially start. This is the Brotherly Banter podcast. My name is Christian. This is Sebastian. We're just going to be talking shit most of the day, but just join us here. Today's topic, what we're going to talk about today, because I got
social. So today we're going to talk about social media.
Social media.
And, yeah. So basically, social media and the effect it's had just on society in general, but specifically, I think we can talk about the youth also.
Yeah. So we're both pretty close in age. You're only 2 years younger, but we grew up in a time frame where this stuff didn't exist. I mean, cell phones were just coming out when we were in high school. Well, I think I was in high school. I don't know where you were, probably late, getting into high school, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, this is some timeline. I graduated high school in 2003. I think you graduated in 2001, right?
Yeah.
So 2001.
I didn't have a cell phone through high school. So I got my first cell phone in college. So this stuff didn't exist. And then once we're able to see the difference in the way people change, society changed as a whole. And it is absolutely mind blowing if you really take a step back and just like realize how much things have changed. The kids these days, the ones that are born into this new world of technology, they have no idea what it used to be like. So
they don't have a clue.
This
is all they know.
And so they grow up thinking that this is how it always was, and they basically think being a YouTuber or an influencer is the most prestigious thing you can achieve, right? Because obviously they get paid a lot of money. Some of these people,
yeah.
But if all these young kids are thinking that way, they're all trying to be on social media all day long and become the next influencer. What happens to all the real jobs that are need to be filled, eventually? So I don't know. What are your thoughts on all that?
Well, I think first of all, I want to talk about a timeline here. So just kind of put things in perspective. You graduated high school 2001. I graduated in 2013. I'm sorry, 2003. And then Facebook came out 1 year later in 2004, and then followed by Instagram, 2010.
It's got MySpace too.
Well, that's MySpace was around the same time. I forgot about MySpace. Wow, because it's not around anymore.
MySpace was the shit.
Yeah,
they put music and you change your wallpaper and everything.
Yeah, MySpace, man, that was a long time. Well, that died.
Yeah, your top friends on like, if you weren't in that little section, the top friends, like everyone got mad at you. You had to move them around.
That was the top. It wasn't Facebook. It was MySpace first.
MySpace. I can't remember. I remember I think Facebook and MySpace came out. I don't quote me on this. They were really close in time, but
MySpace was bigger.
MySpace was had just rocketed out of control, and then Facebook was like, no one, unless you were in college, you didn't really use Facebook, right? Because it's built for college students.
Yeah.
And then that shift happened where, boom,
Facebook took over.
MySpace just went down, and Facebook just blew up.
Yeah.
And never came back.
You remember that meme from MySpace to your place?
I used to have that shirt. that
Yeah,
shirt, and I'd wear it downtown when I was younger, and people would like stop and take pictures. I'm like,
that
I
was
know that.
hilarious, man. That was but that's all that was the beginning. That was, man, I forgot about, I mean, honestly, I forgot about that. But then obviously Instagram came in 2010, Snapchat came in 2011, a year later, and then Tinder. And we can talk about Tinder later and dating apps, but Tinder came in 2012. And then 2 years later, Bumble came in 2014. So you had all this social media that was not around when we were growing up, or with most
Yeah,
generations growing up, and it all came in the last 10, 15, 20 years,
yeah, and
which has been crazy.
you forgot the biggest one,
Which one?
YouTube.
Oh yeah, YouTube. Yeah, but
That's it.
YouTube, man, but YouTube is, I think is obviously a social media platform, but people
Yeah.
don't use YouTube as, I don't think, a dating app or, to
No, no,
dance.
YouTube is a
It's good for business.
it's a great business tool. Um, it's honestly, to me, it takes the place of Google sometimes, because like if I'm trying
Yeah.
to learn how to do something, I'm not going to go on Google and ask Google how to do it. I'm going to go on YouTube and ask YouTube how to do it, and then you're going to
Oh,
find a bunch of
YouTube is
videos.
great. I think YouTube has a lot of positive because you can learn a lot of, it's very educational
Yeah,
where,
if you can't figure out how to do something these days off YouTube, you're just
yeah,
plain lazy. I mean, the way I feel, you can literally learn anything right now on YouTube.
I learned how to cook on YouTube.
You cook?
Yeah.
Since when?
I learned I learned how to cook on YouTube. Yeah, just a
who,
couple years ago,
who
man.
you who you
When
cooking
you live
for?
by yourself, you got to learn how to cook because you're not gonna be eating out every day, especially if
Ramen.
you're trying to eat healthy.
What do you cook? Tell me what are you cooking?
Ramen noodles. No, that's what I used to cook.
Tuna fish. I
No, but
hope I can't do
if
it.
I want to make a good dish, just go on YouTube, and there's like 50,000 videos. If you want to make
Yeah,
a drink, 50,000 videos on how to make a drink. So,
yeah. And
um,
it's incredible, like the information that's out there. Um,
you
that
have
you can
TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah, I mean TikTok blew up, man. Gary V. For those of you who know Gary V. I mean when I was watching him, I don't follow him religiously, but he was talking back in the day like TikTok, this thing's gonna take off, and I mean, sure enough, it went crazy. And I honestly, like, I'm personally, I'm guilty of this. I'm very addicted to TikTok, just sitting there and just scrolling through videos for like
See, I don't use
forever.
TikTok. I don't use it.
You go down a rabbit hole, right?
Yeah.
The issue with TikTok is that there's like almost, at least I can't, I mean, I haven't figured out, there's no filter, right? So you can be watching something very innocent around your, like my kids will sit on the couch next to me, and I'm showing them videos of like something cute or funny. And the next thing is like some
A
shit,
girl.
yeah, some girl shaking her ass, or some guy just cursing every other word. I'm like, oh my god, I was like swiping through
Well,
there.
that's why I called it TikTok, not TikTok.
Yeah,
A
yeah, I
lot of
mean,
people call it TikTok, because there's a lot of thoughts on there. But
and what
man, it is crazy
what
how
what
many.
uh what a time to be a very attractive woman in
Yeah, I
society.
mean, so we know this because we obviously were dating in high school, right? So it was different. There was no social media. I mean, MySpace was just coming out, but you were only pulling girls from MySpace for the most part. Maybe one, like a few here
And
and
those
there.
are girls basically you knew. I mean, you're not. I mean, like, so you knew some of the people, right? Your friends, or but it wasn't as far reaching as it is now.
No,
I
you're not
mean,
gonna get flown out of Dubai.
no, and so like now you can literally be an attractive, even an average. Let's just say average. I mean, I hate to say that, but like an
Yeah,
average, good looking
average good
regular
looking
girl,
girl. Yeah,
and as long as you use social media properly to your advantage, you can basically make a ton of money, and or just reap a bunch of the benefits that most of us can't.
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. I mean, if you're willing to do whatever, I don't. I've never been on OnlyFans, so I don't know exactly what they're showing, but I suppose they're doing some things that are a little scandalous. But the amount of money they make right now is ridiculous. But at the same time, like, it's dumbing down society. Like, all you have to offer, if that's all you're doing, is your body image, and eventually that's going to run out, because it doesn't matter how hot you are now, you're gonna
Of
never
course.
look that way in a few, 10 years from now, whatever it is, 15 years from now. So
Yeah, and the other thing is, so if you're an attractive girl on Instagram, or remotely attractive, or on social media, you're experiencing the world right now. I think I told you this story of a girl that I matched with on a dating app. Then I started following her on Instagram. And this girl was, she didn't even live here. I matched with her, I think, when I was in Colombia. And this girl is getting flown out every single week. She's in a different country. And I'm like, this girl is like literally living this crazy lifestyle. And she's coming from a country that's, you can't even, it's hard to travel to the nearest city, but she's getting the whole experience because what? She's probably a sugar, I don't know if she's a sugar baby or she just matching with guys that have money and they're flying her out over the world. But that's the dating app. An average looking girl right now compared to an average looking guy the same age is not getting nearly the same
No.
experience, right? So
Yeah, and not to say that guys aren't, so there's not opportunities like this for guys, because there is,
mhm.
a lot, some guys that are, you know, take care of their physique, look really good, and use social media the same way.
Yeah,
But it's different, with women. There's way more opportunities.
Chris, I don't care who you are. If I don't care what kind of guy, I don't care if you have a six pack, you look jacked, you look like Vin Diesel in his prime. Ain't no girl gonna fly you out to Dubai and pay for your plane ticket. I don't care how rich she is, unless she's like a old lady that's trying to get laid.
Yeah, an old milf that just
Yeah,
is horny.
women don't do that. Women don't fly guys out and pay for their stuff. Like that's what
Yeah,
men do to women.
yeah,
So it's not the same.
if anybody watching this knows any women that are flying some young people out, tell them hit Sebastian up.
Yeah,
He's single.
I don't know if I could do it though. See, that's another thing. These women actually can do it. Like they have no problem with an old guy hitting them up and then getting flown out and having and sleeping with that person. I'm like, dude, I could not. Can you imagine like a 60-year-old hit me up and says, "Hey, I'll fly you out to here if we can spend the weekend together." I'm like, nah, I'm good. I think I'll pay for my own ticket.
Yeah, I mean,
And I don't want to go get laid with the old lady.
it's hard. I mean, obviously, I've been out of the game for a while, so it's hard for me to say that. I guess if I was in my prime and had the opportunity, single, maybe. I mean,
You'd be a sugar baby, a sugar, whatever you call it for.
yeah, it's just
I
to
couldn't do
me.
it. I can't.
To
I can
me,
do it.
like, listen, I'll fly and do anything. The thing is, like, having to do something sexual with some like old
Nah, I
wrinkled
can't do
up,
it.
like, old
Nah.
woman that just you're not attracted. I don't think something. I mean, these girls have no problem. Some of these have no problem doing it, but I'm sure there's some that don't have to do, like, literally put some boundaries down, and the guy, just to have their company and make him look cool again next to all their rich friends, they'll pay just to, hey, just come hang out with me. Then you don't have to do anything. And
Yeah.
I don't know how often that happens, but I'm sure it does.
But if you got
But
money, man, and you have your finances in order, you buy. I don't have a problem traveling myself, like paying for the tickets, and I want to hang out with someone I want to hang out with, not just because
yeah,
they. But
well,
women are not like that. A lot, not
it's
everyone. I'm not saying, just some.
they're taking advantage of an opportunity. Which, listen, I get it. I guess it's hard because we're not women and we're not in a position. So I don't want to say that I would never do it. But what else do you have to offer when you really want to come down and settle down and live a real, like, I guess, a normal life, and maybe start a family? What do you have to offer to that person that you're going to be married to that he can't find with the other girls on Instagram that are doing the same thing?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have any experience besides like being fake and plastic, just because you're only worried about your looks and making money.
So I'm single. I'm dating, and I find it very attractive when a girl is actually not on Instagram, not on social media, and she doesn't buy into all the modern day social media stuff. Like she's not posting her ass on social media. That's actually, I think that's better because that means she's strong enough to understand that that's not the way to go long term. She's, and not everybody's like that, right? It's hard.
No.
But I've known some girls that don't do that stuff at all, man. They just, they know that's not good, and they don't want to be like every other girl just posting their body on Instagram. So I think that's pretty cool when they
Yeah,
do that.
and no one's saying, like, listen, when especially when you're young, you want to have fun, enjoy your life while you're still young and still in you look your top shape, whatever it is. What we're saying is that using social media and putting yourself out there so much, it may come back and bite you in the ass later on. It's not, it's gonna be around forever. So just imagine your kids, if you don't have a problem with your kids one day seeing your OnlyFans page, or their friends finding you on OnlyFans and talking, hey, I saw your mom's ass and titties on OnlyFans or whatever she was doing on there. I mean, if you don't really have no problem with that, then I guess do your thing.
Mhm.
But I just think about that when it
Yeah.
could come around.
And, as you get older, you date a lot of women, like you kind of know the good girls from the ones that are on that kind of stuff. Because another thing people don't talk about is that, I don't know, when we were growing up, like the tattoo situation with the women, that it was very rare that you see women that were all tatted up growing up.
I actually like that, so it doesn't bother me at
Say,
all.
okay, so you're the some that's gonna look good now
Yeah.
at 20,
Well, listen,
thirty.
none of us are going to look good at 60 or 7. I mean, like the one, maybe 0.5% of the people will look great in their 60s and 70s and 80s.
There is no woman's gonna look good when she's tatted up at 60 years old and she's a grandmother. There's no way.
Yeah.
Can
But
you
you can say,
imagine? Can you imagine our grandmother being tatted up at 60?
yeah,
I'm
but
at having a neck tattoo
no,
and
well, you can say the same thing about the guys. I mean, the guys, when you get old,
no, but
everything
but
sags.
I think tattoos are more like a masculine trait, and it doesn't look good on women. But here's the thing: everybody has their thing they like, they're attracted to. I personally, I don't like it. I don't like when they're covered. I don't mind if they have a tattoo or two or three, but when they're covered, when they have these chest tattoos,
you like the tramp stamp?
the tramp stamp was, that was what they had back in the day, and she was down. Like when
Oh
they had the
shit!
tramp.
Yeah, she got the target on her
Yeah,
back.
yeah, but that was kind of like, damn. Okay, so that's gonna that we already know what's gonna happen there. The tramp stamp
that's
that
that's
was
that's that's a check mark right there.
that was a code. Yeah, you knew tramp stamp. She's down. She's down.
Yeah.
But now it's like it's not the tramp stamp. It's the neck tattoo. It's the chest tattoo. It's the arm tattoo. It's the leg. It's
Yeah,
just they're
I like
covered.
I like the arm, like a sleeve on a girl.
Really?
I like leg tattoos. Yeah,
Holy
but I
sh!
mean, I have tattoos, so I like tattoos.
Yeah, but you're a guy. That's fine. Like I don't know. When
I
it
don't know.
comes to like guys look different with the tattoos compared to women.
I don't know.
But I
I
know a
like
lot of
it,
guys that do like tattoos.
but also at the same time, just like guys as well. This goes for both women and female. I'm sorry, male and female. Like if you have some really bad tattoos, like you had a bad person that had no skills, put your tattoos on. It doesn't matter how sexy you are, it looks bad. Like I've seen some girls in the gym, they have like massive tattoos, and it's like the old school, like tribal, that's all crooked. Like it's just like it looks like it was done in prison. No crisp lines, nothing. So that right there, that to me is not attractive. I mean,
Yeah.
nowadays the tattoo artists have gotten so skilled. I mean, they make some amazing artwork. And obviously the younger girls, like the girls in their 20s right now, they're getting those good artists because they could find them on social media. So to me, I don't know, I find it attractive, but
Okay, so this is the question then, since everyone has their taste, obviously. This is an example of people having, because for me, I prefer a woman with no tattoos. You like that. However, I know guys that do like that also, and a lot don't. But do you think these women that are getting these tattoos today in like 10, 15, 20 years are going to be regretting it?
um, not really. I don't think today. I think in today's age, there's so many changes going on right now in society that it's more
Mhm.
acceptable. Um, I see people with tattoos working in places that would never, back in the day, would never allow you to work with a short sleeve shirt if you have arm tattoos or sleeves,
Yeah,
or neck tattoos or whatever it is. I mean, you would have to be covered completely, and they would never let you show your tattoos. And now it's very acceptable in the workspace, like to have tattoos.
yeah.
For the most part, I'm not saying everywhere, but for the most part, I go on public and I see a lot of places that have workers with tattoos showing. So I don't think so. Um, that's my opinion. I don't know. I'm sure there's
Yeah.
going to be one or two that may regret it. Hey, I got it for my first tattoo when I was 16, and I regret getting it because now I'm 40 years old and
Yeah.
it's not
But
a
when I
great
say
tattoo.
regret, like a girl that gets a tattoo here on her wrist or on her back, like a little tattoo, a discreet tattoo. I'm talking about these girls that get like flown, they get like Mike Tyson tattoos on their face and like their neck. I
Yeah, no, I
cannot see
mean
that aging well.
that's a little too much. Like, I know some girls shave their head and get their heads tattooed. Listen, you can do whatever you want. It's your body. To me, that when it gets to that extreme, it's a little off-putting, but
Yeah.
there's, I guess, there's certain things that I like, but everyone likes what they like, and I don't
That's
really see
true.
it.
Everybody does like what they like,
I don't
because
see a
I would
problem.
not subscribe to OnlyFans, but obviously people are making thousands of millions of dollars on OnlyFans and guys are paying for that. So I guess that's one of the
Have you
like
actually checked out an OnlyFans, like
I
a real page? Like, have you gone into something?
I so all these so first of all, when I match with a really attractive girl, me being 38, and then I match with a 22-year-old hot, sexy girl, like I know she's like an OnlyFans. So when I see her, like she has her link, a link in the bio, right? You click the link, it's her OnlyFans, right? Or says it, and you go on there, and all shit it has is like different prices. Like it has a $5 price, a $10 price. I don't know. I never pay for it, but I'm assuming you get more explicit material as you go up in price.
But is it? But do you think it's only like sexual content? Like, is that
No,
the
so
only?
OnlyFans is not just sexual content. You can do anything on OnlyFans, but women are only using it for sexual. Most women are using it for sexual content.
So you're telling me that girl, whatever girl, like say you're meeting this girl on Tinder or whatever app you're using, and she has a link there. You think if you actually subscribed or pay to get into her page, you would see her butt ass naked or whatever it is she's doing on there?
Oh, I don't know. I never done it. I can't talk, but I'm sure you can see.
So why don't you
You
do it?
can.
I
I'm
mean,
not paying for that shit.
it's only what is it, $5?
I know it depends how much they charge. I mean, I'm sure there's girls that do more, but basically you're just fantasizing about a girl that you're never gonna see.
Yeah,
And
but no. Well, if you're gonna go on a date, I mean, you might as well check the goods well before you go out there, right?
yeah, and then
And
she's
it's
got
gonna be
2
cheaper.
million other people checking those
Yeah,
goods.
yeah. But let's just say you're planning on going out with her anyways, just to hang
Yeah.
out. You know, it's gonna
No, you're not
cost.
gonna hang. First, hold on. You're missing this thing. You're never gonna see her. She does not want to see you. She does not want to go out with you. All she's doing is using you for
To get
a subscription.
to get
Now,
okay, okay.
now
That's
there is a site, the sugar daddy site called another application we're talking about in social media today. Well, there's something called the sugar daddy website, and this one is called, man, now I forgot the name of it
what,
completely.
sugardaddy.com.
No, 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 no. It's a, man, this is so bad because it's so common. But basically it's a website where where women go or guys go on, and there's attractive young women, and there you can meet up with the women, but it's always in exchange for something, right? Maybe they're going to college, you buy them some textbook, you take them out.
Oh my god, you're like
Yeah.
investing in these people's lives.
Yeah. You never heard of these websites?
I
These
mean,
are
I've heard,
strictly sugar daddy
I've,
websites.
I've heard like sugardaddy.com, but I mean, I didn't realize.
Can you go Google sugar daddy website? I just want to make sure we said the name correctly because
Hold
I
on.
know really like this is pretty embarrassing that I cannot remember the name.
All right, give me a sec here. Okay, so let's see here. Hold on. What do you want me to pull up?
So it was Seeking Arrangements. I found that I remember the name now.
Oh,
Seeking Arrangements.
Give me a second. Let me go on a different browser here so I don't have like some kind of fucking history looking at young women. Hold on. Chrome here.
You can tell you've been out of the game for a while, man.
Fuck.
I don't use it anyways. I just use Tinder. I use Bumble, and I use Hinge. Those are the 3 apps that I use.
I was just talking. I'm not going to say any names. I was just talking to a good friend of mine, who's recently divorced, and he's older than I am, and he was just talking about how he's been using these apps, and it's crazy. He's never had he's never had this much pussy in his entire life. And it's like, are you serious, dude? Like, it's that.
Yeah,
Like,
it's I mean, once you match with a girl, you have a conversation. I mean, it's not very difficult.
what?
I mean,
What is it called? What? Seeking what?
Seeking Arrangements. That's the sugar daddy website. I don't use that one, just for you guys know in the chat.
Yeah,
You guys
right.
be like,
So
but I
that's
do know about it. And
seeking. Oh, here
seeking yeah.
arrangement. It sounds like some kind of like marriage thing. It's weird.
No, so basically older guys, they have a lot of money. They go
All
on
right,
this website.
Let me share the screen here so we can see. But I can't see nothing because I don't have an account. So hold on.
I'm sure you don't. Don't play stupid with me.
Why is my password saved on here?
Don't play stupid with me. I know you have an account.
Man,
find those textbook for those college girls.
Yeah, right. I'm saving up for my fucking kids. That's what I'm doing.
I'm just messing with you. I don't let you get in trouble. Seeking Arrangement. So yeah, this is their website.
Okay, guys. So this is it right here. So for those of you looking for a sugar daddy, right, or a sugar daddy looking for a girl, you would log in here.
If you got a shitload of money and you don't want to you want a really attractive girl, and you don't mind spending money, like this is better than OnlyFans, I would say, because at least here you're going to spend the money, but can actually sleep with these girls. On OnlyFans, it's just
Looking
yeah,
for just a date. What's your price? What the fuck?
exactly.
What the hell is it? Let's see how much the price
You know
is.
what's crazy about these sites? This is like legal prostitution.
I mean, none of this is working, dude. Like, is this site even legit?
I think your wife's got everything blocked, bro.
Yeah,
You can't go on these websites.
she's got some fucking what do you call it on the internet? The
Yeah, I mean,
IPs.
you're not going to be able
She's got the
so,
IPs blocked.
yeah, you're not going to be able to access it anyways unless you create an account. I
Wow,
tried.
this looks fucking douchey as hell. This looks
No.
like Ibiza or something right here.
So, I live in South Florida, a very wealthy area, with a lot of money. So when I go out in here and locally, you'd be surprised how many guys I see that are in their 60s, 50s, and they're on dates with girls in their 20s. A lot of these guys meet these girls through these kind of websites, and then other guys probably meet them out and about, but most of them meet them through these websites. They match. It's like they on their description, they probably tell you what they want or looking for. They kind of at first it's more like a exchange of money, sex, and then it probably becomes like more of a relationship towards the end. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's legalized prostitution. That's all it is at the end of the day. I mean,
Oh
you
my god.
can't this
Are you look at this shit, dude? What is an offer? It's a first date and sent. Oh my god, sorry, all this stuff is popping up here.
yeah, what website is this? What's your price?
Yeah. Oh, isn't this the same thing? No, this is the same. Oh shit, this is a different website. How the hell did I get
Yeah,
here?
yeah, no, this is a different website. So yeah,
Oh damn, dude, hold on.
yeah, that's it right there. That's seeking arrangements, but you can't go anywhere.
Oh,
That's
because
where,
oh, this is looking for just a date. Okay, so never mind.
yeah,
So nothing here works about us.
yeah.
Okay, this I would not trust this place with any of my money.
No, I
40
mean, they're not going to take your
40,000
money.
uploaded daily on average. 1 million messages sent. How many users? 40 million users or members? Oh
Yeah, the
my
rich guy in
god.
your neighborhood that's
There's that
dating that
many
20
freaking
year
people
old.
with that kind of money? Jesus.
Yeah, man. I mean, and some of them don't ask for much. Some ask for a lot. So you just kind of match with a girl. Maybe they want dinner. Maybe they want to help. You got to help with their rent.
So this is the guy that made this shit.
Oh,
This
I
fucking
don't
this
know. I don't know about all that. Is it?
is a teenager seeking. His name is Seeking, bro.
No, that's probably why he
Oh
was
no!
seeking
Oh no!
something.
Never mind. Seeking's founder. Oh my god! I thought his fucking name.
Yeah.
Seeking's founder, Brandon Wade. Struck. This guy's name is Brandon Wade. A lack of confidence. So this fucking nerd turned into made this website, and so like he has his unlimited pickings. I guarantee he's got like a secret portal, so like he can go in and like message any of these girls, and it says like founder
Yeah.
on there.
I mean, look at those girls who are younger than him. Look at this guy. This guy looks like he's in his 60s and they got like 20-year-olds on the boat. I mean, this has been going on forever. I mean, now it's just on the website. Now it's on,
Yeah. So
social media.
you think this is like where Dan Bilzerian, or he probably just gets
No, Dan is like the modern day Hugh Hefner. He doesn't have to do anything.
Yeah,
He gets them from social. I watched all his shit.
he's big enough already.
Yeah. So girls, first of all, these girls that sleep with him, he did a podcast. He's like, some of these girls says, I'll never sleep with you. And then they're sleeping with him like after a couple days or the same night. So he's got so much status, so much money, and the girls don't care. I mean, he was talking about girls that I don't know if I sent you a podcast on him. He was talking about girls that they that basically had boyfriends. They were in relationships. They were getting dropped off at his house and they were getting flown out with him. And he was hooking up with these chicks and then dropping them off with their boyfriend's house. So these girls that hang out with Dan, they know what's going to happen at the end of the day.
Dude, listen, if that was my girlfriend and we weren't married or had kids or anything, I'd be like, fucking go do it. I mean, she's got one. First of all, she's gonna get popular off of it. I mean,
No, hold on. Who's going to get popular off of it? If you sleep with them, he sleeps with a lot of girls.
Well, the girls.
You got to be his main girl to probably get recognition.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, if he if he takes a liking to you and then he's got you in a bunch of different posts, which I guess it's hard because you got like 10, 20 girls in each post. But
yeah.
Anyways, so let me ask you this: since you're still single, if you met if you met a girl on one of these apps, right? These dating websites, and she lets you smash it on the first night, would you consider like dating her if she
Oh
were
yeah, of course.
if
Yeah.
she,
First night?
yeah,
Yeah, why not?
okay.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
But don't you think
because
that's
there's usually alcohol involved, so
don't you
I
think it's
can't
like
blame her.
do you worry that like okay like that was really easy and like it's so accessible so like how many other guys
So I have a belief that guys think we're special. We ain't, dude. Every girl has been with another guy. Like just because you got it doesn't mean another guy's not going to get it. You know. So
yeah, and
it,
most guys really don't want to be hanging around the virgin. At least
yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, if she's really into, it's kind of almost a compliment that she's really into you. Like she's not holding back. She's being herself. Like she's really
she
attracted to
wants
you.
she wants that free fucking steak steak dinner you're gonna take her to
But I don't take him a steak dinner. I'll give him some steak later.
the tube steak,
Yeah. The little sirloin.
the little sirloin.
Yeah.
Anybody want a cocktail sausage? Yeah, she's got you.
Yeah. Hey, they never complain,
Oh my god!
at least
Did
publicly.
did they ever come back?
Of
They
course.
never come back.
Of course. But yeah, no, I don't have a problem with that. Now, if she's doing that with everyone, maybe that, but
Yeah, but you don't know. She's not gonna tell you.
no, but if she's like, if she slept with you, but then she wants to see you again and she wants to keep hanging out, like stuff like that, that's fine. It's like if she slept with you, then she doesn't want to talk to you anymore and she's on to the next, that's different. Like, I don't know.
What's your biggest turnoff when it comes to dating?
Biggest turnoff when it comes to dating
Yeah,
on a first date?
yeah. This whole
I don't like,
conversation is like
I don't like, so it's going into date. So I don't like any high maintenance chicks, man. When you're going out and they expect shit on the first date, like they expect dinner. Like I don't even know you. Like
yeah,
you want me to take a complete stranger out to dinner? Like I don't even know you.
yeah.
And I've done it before. I've done it multiple times because I
We've
was
all I think
stupid.
we've all done it. Where when you're young and you're young, horny, and just like
Young,
don't
fun, and full come.
yeah, young, dumb, and full of cum. You don't really know any better. As you get older, you realize. So anybody who's watching this young, don't be taking chicks out on dates. I mean, like especially expensive dates if you don't have a lot of money.
No.
First of all, most of them are not going to be hanging around, and most of them are going to use you just for that. And even the older chicks, I hear a lot of stories now. People dating on these websites, older people like 30s and 40s. The girls still do that. They just literally use guys for money or for for a free meal. They have no intention of even like hanging out with this guy, or probably don't even like, aren't even attracted to begin with, and they know this. They just go out there for a free dinner, eat and dip out, or drinks and dip out. But yeah, don't spend money.
Yeah, they're called foodie dates, and it's very known down here in South Florida. A good first date is a drink, a cocktail, maybe take it to multiple bars. I always go to multiple places, so I think that's good.
I mean, that can get expensive too, depending on where you're at. But shit,
Yeah,
like
drinks are
even
more expensive than food.
something basic, like I know it sounds corny as hell because I'm old now, but like if you ask a girl, hey, do you want to go meet up for a cup of coffee or something chill, and she's down, okay, there's
Yeah, you're
something
not
there.
hooking up after a cup of coffee, but I've done coffee dates.
Unless you want to fucking coffee shits on it right afterwards.
Yeah, you're not hooking up after, but it's a good first date. Like if you want to keep it an expensive, quick, 45 minutes to an hour first
Yeah.
date, like
And
a meet and greet.
yeah, you can actually get to know them. You can talk. If you go to a movie or somewhere loud, you're not going to be able to talk to them because it's
Oh
too loud.
hell no. I don't know if I ever told you this story. The girl that I was most attracted to in high school, I actually got a date. So by the way, people out there that never had to approach a woman for a date, back in high school, you actually had to go and ask a girl for their number and actually
in
ask them on a
person.
date
Yeah,
in person.
person.
And dude, I was like 16 years old. I was so scared. I was
Yeah.
shaking and everybody dared me at lunch to do it. And she was sitting right behind me and I did it. I got her number. I went on a date and I took her to the movies on a double date, which is a double dumbass move because you don't do double dates and you don't do movies. So I didn't get to talk to her the whole damn night. She
Yeah.
fell asleep basically, and I never saw her again after that. So that was I blew that one.
That sucks.
But I'm 16. Like I didn't. What you can't go drinking. I probably should go bowling or something.
Yeah. Who did I know the person?
No, her name was.
Oh,
Well, I'm not gonna say her
don't,
name,
yeah,
but yeah.
don't say any
That's
names.
not to say she's not following me anymore.
Yeah.
She's probably like doesn't look the same anyways.
Yeah. Oh shit. That's funny, man. No, but
Yeah, but going back, so I know we're talking about dating and stuff, but going back to social media and and like just the basically the effect it's had on just everyone. I think number one is like the social aspect. People are more glued to their phones than they ever have been before.
Yeah.
And that interaction, like I said before, I keep saying we kind of sound like old guys, like, hey, back in my day, but that was the case. Like we had to
Yeah.
see both things, like you
Yeah.
had to basically approach women. If you did not approach women, you were going to be masturbating. That's
Yeah,
about
no,
it.
this isn't like our grandparents telling us, oh, back in the day, I used to have to walk because we didn't have cars. This is crazy technology. This is not, something basic like a vehicle. We're talking about we use our phones and social media every day. I would say most of the people in the world that have phones are on social media most, frequently during the day.
Yeah.
It
Oh,
is
just think.
it's complete.
Go
I
ahead.
mean, no one socializes the way they used to. I mean, do you remember when we used to be when we were kids and we were out like literally from the time we got home, we'd come home, eat something, and we'll be out until nighttime on the streets.
Oh yeah, the
Like,
the, the
I mean,
basketball, the sports that we
yeah,
were playing,
yeah.
active. Yeah.
I mean, and at the most, I think the only thing I ever had was a beeper, and so like my beeper would beep. I have to find a payphone, call collect. So basically, if you guys
Yeah.
don't know what collect is, you would hit 1-800 call collect or call ATT. I don't know, something like that, and it would ring the phone to your house, a house phone. Your parents, or whoever, would pick it up, and they would say, "You have an incoming call from," and they would have your name, Christian or whatever. Do you accept? And they would have to accept the call to actually talk to you,
Yeah.
and because they would get charged, I think it was 75 cents per call. So I would call like 10 times a day because I'd be like, we didn't have a cell phone, so we would have to call from the streets, let them know where we're at or what's going on, where to pick us up. Um, Completely different now. I mean, these kids in middle school now, and probably I'm sure there's younger kids now having cell phones, and it's like, dude, what in the world's going on, man?
No, it's crazy. We didn't have. I mean, I don't. We had text messaging. That's about it. I remember in my last couple of years in high school. But we actually still. I don't know about you, but we were 2 years apart. But you could still get girls right back in the day. Like you can still go on dates and stuff like that. But it
I
was a
mean,
lot
I
more
mean, I
work.
don't. You said you don't know about me.
Well, no, I
we
know about you in
can,
college. I don't
we
know about you in high
can.
school. In
No,
high school, because we didn't hang out together.
no, high school was I was a late bloomer for that for sure. I
Yeah.
was
Oh,
I
you were
was
on the
kind of,
football team.
yeah, but I was always kind of quiet and reserved. So
Yeah.
until I got to college, and then there was like a whole different experience going on over there, which is we can't talk about that, but that was pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
So we'll keep keep that quiet. But what I do remember about those years is that um, just the fact that you basically the only people you would hang out with is your people, your friends from high school, and then maybe your rival high school, and then your social group. And that was it. If it wasn't in there, like family, friends, like that was it. You're not getting out from there. But now it's like I said, now it's a person that could be living here in South Florida, connecting with someone that lives in China
Yeah,
or in Dubai or whatever the case is. It's a global marketplace now, which has never been the case. So that's why it's so competitive now than
yeah.
it's ever been before.
And beyond the dating aspects of social media, there's we're able to keep in touch with people that we would probably lost touch with, right?
Yeah.
I can't imagine all the friends that that I've made over the years, that I would actually be in contact with them on a regular basis if it wasn't for social media. It just makes it so easy to be like, these people are, they're following you, they're seeing your pictures or your posts, whatever it is. They comment, you can say something, hey, how you doing, whatever it is. If we didn't have that, I probably wouldn't be reaching out to 99% of these people. Not because I don't like them. It's just because you don't have the time or the energy
Yeah.
because you're busy to go and like text everybody randomly, all day long. I mean, if you have a lot of friends or people that acquaintances that you grew, like you met over the years, it can build up, especially if you go to college. If you went to college and had a lot of friends in college, I mean, there's no way you could keep up with that. But on social media, you can just like have a post or comment on their post, and it takes 2 seconds, and you're at least you're staying connected, right? So if you ever want to meet up with them or say, hey, what's going on? You want to hang out? You know, Besides that, I mean, if it wasn't for that, there's no way I would be in touch with half these people.
Yeah, no, it's definitely easier to connect with people, especially if you have family in different countries and stuff like that, like we do. It's easier to connect. WhatsApp is another application we haven't talked about, but that's amazing. Like being able to FaceTime someone in a different country,
Yeah.
that's 20 years ago, that was impossible. You could not do that. And if you did it, it was going to cost you a lot of money.
Yeah. So with WhatsApp, so basically, before WhatsApp, our family, most of our families in South America, for those that mostly don't know,
I don't
having
think
to
they
make,
care.
yeah, or care, having to make a long distance phone call was just the most annoying thing ever. Like
You got
having
to
to
get a calling card,
getting a calling card and then dialing like 800 freaking numbers to hopefully get a hold of somebody. It's unbelievable.
a
Like WhatsApp,
staticky ass call on the back.
yeah,
You couldn't hear anything. It just gets disconnected.
yeah. So now with WhatsApp, I mean, you can literally, it's like you're texting the person living right next to you, or FaceTiming them. They're right there at the touch of a button with no problem. Um, with some of the businesses, what we do, if you're trying to communicate with China, I mean, most of them want to use WhatsApp anyway. So you're on WhatsApp talking to China or India or whoever you're doing business with for whatever you're doing, and it makes it so much easier. I just can't. I mean, I forgot about that. I mean, that is
The
huge.
thing is, it's crazy because people are watching this podcast like these guys are fucking idiots. We know about this, but at the same time, it's like, no, you don't, because if you were born in the last 20 years, you don't have a damn clue how it used to be.
Yeah, no, you
Like,
know about it, what it is now. You don't know what
yeah,
it
yeah.
was like
What it,
20 years ago.
we're talking about the same life. Like we live kind of more like two different lives, like before social media and now. And like I remember at the dinner table one time with dad, he was he was arguing with mom because she was like, there's this new app that came out. You can call people for free. And dad was like, dad's a conspiracy theorist. He's like, no, 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 that's impossible. You can't do that. It costs money to call people in a different country. And yeah, that was, what's up now? You can call people anywhere in the world for free.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely. I mean, that is a huge, and I know there's other things. Who owns WhatsApp?
didn't Facebook buy it?
Did they buy it? Was
I
it
think,
Facebook?
I think, but it wasn't. I think it was some guys from Florida though that created it. I think,
I
if
don't
I'm not
know.
mistaken.
But WhatsApp is definitely, especially for international stuff, it's amazing. I
Oh
mean,
my god, dude! You try sending a like a text message, a video,
or
or a
even
picture.
yeah, even domestic, like sending pictures. I'd rather send pictures and videos through WhatsApp to
Oh,
anybody
for
than
sure.
text messages, because you'll never get it.
WhatsApp changed the game. If you don't have a WhatsApp, I don't know what to tell you. You probably don't have family in a different country. That's what I gotta tell you.
Well, I mean,
Because what?
you don't even need family. You need, even like here in the U.S., like um when I do when I companies that I've worked for or groups that I work with here and locally, they have WhatsApp accounts. I mean, you can, it's way better than a regular text group, to have a group chat in it. It's just amazing, dude. It's definitely worth looking into if you guys haven't used it.
Yeah, no, WhatsApp is definitely. I use that all the time, and I communicate with our cousins and stuff like that, and
Yeah,
it's so much easier. And the text goes through instantly. You can
it's
even
fat.
see when
Yeah,
they
and
read it.
yeah, you can see when they receive it, see when they read it. Let me see here. I just got a text. I'm
Group
getting like,
chats.
I'm getting spam text messages. Are you getting anything like
Are
weird
you kidding
recently?
me? Like I get 3 a day,
Like,
like
hey, how are
crypto.
you?
I
Oh,
get
no,
girls from Tinder that got my number that are like, "Hey, baby." I'm like, "Who are you?" Yeah, I get all that. I'll get all that stuff.
yeah, I
It's
get like
pretty
these
crazy.
weird text messages, and like they're like, it's like people that you think like they may know you, but then you like, if you respond, it's like a bunch of spam.
I just
Uh,
block them all. Like I still have the same number for 20 years.
they,
I never changed my cell phone number ever.
I've had a New York number. Wait, when did I have a New York number? I can't remember. I've had this number for a long time, but I had a
When you
New
went
York
up to
number for,
Pennsylvania,
yeah, no, but I had this number for through college. I can't remember, man.
dude, I had the same number in high school. It's crazy. The same exact number. Going over 20 years now. Yeah, 321 number.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. I have a business line too that's connected to my cell phone, so like I have different phone numbers on here. But the main number is definitely been with me for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, like there's good things that's happened with social media, like the access to being communication, business, meeting people and stuff like that. But then obviously it has that other aspect of it where people are less social, people are on their phones more. And the dating market, I mean, I know you can't talk about this, but I'm living it. It's the different ball game than when we grew up. That's for sure. It's
Oh,
not the same.
so have you tried the Facebook dating? marketplace thing
Nah,
where you.
I don't really use Facebook too much, man. Facebook to me is like older.
So
I use Instagram.
so going back to my friend that what I was talking earlier, he actually said that the Facebook thing for dating has been way more productive for him.
Really? Because
Yeah.
everybody's tired of probably getting
I
smashed
don't
on
know. I mean,
Tinder.
I would assume you have a better network set up because you kind of link your link to all these different people. I don't know how it works, but I'm saying like he's tried all of it and he said Facebook
Yeah.
the Facebook dating thing is amazing.
For me, the best is so Tinder is like the original hookup app, and then Bumble came out. Bumble's the one that they have to match with you, or they have to message you first. So they have to initiate. So nothing gets done. And then you have then you have the one that I use the most was Hinge. Hinge is the best because Hinge you can comment on pictures, on comments, and it's just to me it's the best app as far as dating because you have more options just liking a pic. You can like what they say.
Yeah.
You can start a conversation that way.
Um, I remember years ago whenever you started using those apps. I think we were hanging out together in your place. Um,
Oh
we,
damn.
yeah, you were kind of showing me because I wanted to see what it looked like because obviously I can't use that stuff. I want to see what it looked like on your end as a user. Um, I remember there being a lot of questionable women
Yeah.
uh, that weren't really women on there.
Oh yeah, you get that all the time.
Is
I mean, you
that
have to read through the profile, man, because
is that
sometimes you'll match. You're like, what's
is that still going on? Is
of
that
course, yeah. You get all kinds of stuff, man. Like especially Tinder. Like that's why I use Hinge more. But Tinder, you can get all sorts of stuff. Now, when I go to, so I think I told you, like when I go out of the country, when I go to Colombia or I go to different countries, they don't have Hinge, or they do have Hinge, but they don't use it. They use Bumble and they use Tinder. Those are the two main dating apps. And they have their own dating app in South America, which is like their Tinder. But I don't download that
which
one.
one's the one that you can actually like if you're traveling or you're not you're out and about, you can like kind of match with people in that area.
Tinder and Bumble. Those are the ones that like world renowned. Like everyone uses those. Like you can go to any country for the most part.
So like let's say you're like in a different city right now and you're at a bar and you're like, well, let me see who's around, and like you can see if there's any chicks looking for a guy to hang out with in that area.
Yeah. So when I was in Colombia, I matched with a girl from on Bumble.
Yeah.
When I was in Cartagena, which is like the coastal city of Colombia, and we uh we met up. So basically in Colombia, you have to have your guards up a little bit more than over here. So, you kind of just make sure she's legit, it's a real woman. You ask for Instagram and stuff like that, kind of verify, and then you can meet, you can ask her to come to where you're at. So I was staying at a resort, so it was perfect. And there was bars inside the resort. So anytime you're staying in a resort, it's safe because they have to ask for the ID. So they cannot come onto the property without getting their ID. So they're not going to come there if they're trying to scam you or something like that because they have to give up their ID. So then yeah,
they didn't shove cocaine balloons up your ass.
yeah, no, I didn't get any of that, but I've heard some stories. But yeah, no, it's fine because then you just go to the bars, you can use the pool, you can use so many things that they're on the resort, which it's good because it protects you and it's safe, right? And it's kind of like verifying that person that are legit. But I wouldn't go like if I'm in a different country, I'm not gonna go to a random place to meet up a girl, like
Yeah.
if I don't know the area pretty well.
I mean, was it? But then was it worth meeting up with that chick, or was it?
Yeah, no, it was good. You want details?
Did she come to the? She came into the resort, or you went to her to hang out with her?
She got dropped off by a taxi to the resort, and then she had to scan her ID in the resort. And then from there, you have access to all the resort amenities. So you have like she's like a guest.
Was she?
So
Did she only speak Spanish?
Yes, yeah, she speaks Spanish only.
Yeah.
She writes English, but she always speaks Spanish. But that's an example of like how you can meet someone in a different country. Like I mean, every country's different. I went to Colombia, but Argentina, South America, like different countries. I'm sure it's all the same. Brazil.
Which one?
Sure.
Which one had the best women so far?
So when I was dating, I've only been to like so dating wise, I've been to Colombia, and then when I went to Argentina, I've been to Argentina like 10 times, but I wasn't really dating when I went, so I was just hanging out with. I wasn't looking to like date when I went to Argentina. It was just visiting family.
Yeah. Okay. So visually, if let's just say you were single, like at every single one of these trips, which one would have been the best?
I think they all like any country you go to, it's probably Colombia is known more.
Colombia, yeah.
Colombia is known because it's closer for us. Like Colombia is like 3 hours away from South Florida. Argentina is like 10 hours away or 8 hours away, depending where you're at. And but Colombia is close. It has beautiful women everywhere. It's a very open as far as dating. There's not a lot of strict laws per se. You're not gonna get in trouble. You just got to be careful. There's a dude. When I went to Colombia last time, I could not freaking believe what I saw. Like
What?
it was. I'm sitting there in the terminal in Colombia, and this was Medellin, and it was all American guys. It was like a line full of just American dudes coming from all over the country, from California, from Chicago, from New York.
For
It
what?
was all these guys. They were gonna go drink tea.
But they're just trying to get ass.
No, they're going there to date, man.
Yeah,
They're going there to date. Yeah, like
to get pussy.
yeah, yeah. They're going there. Like
That's all. That's all they're doing. They're going. They're just going.
so it's not like that's all they're doing. They're going to visit the country because obviously you're not going to be doing that the whole time, but you're going there because
But was
it's
it
a
groups
good
of guys?
dating
Was it groups
market.
of guys?
Groups, dude. I
Okay.
was on the plane from Fort Lauderdale. I was on a plane. It was a bachelor party of 30 men that were flying from Fort Lauderdale to Medellin to spend the whole I think it was like 4 or 5 days in Medellin.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean,
That's
that makes
that's the
sense.
new Vegas. So Vegas is done. If you're in South Florida, people don't go to Vegas anymore. They go to Colombia. It's closer, it's cheaper, and the women are hot. So if you're looking to date and you're looking to have a good time, drinks, cocktails, for example, like you get an old fashioned, which are much better over there than over here because of the presentation. They'll run you like $6, $7. Where over here, they can run you between $12 to $20, depending on where you go. So it's a lot less expensive. It's closer. It's safe as long as you stay in the safe areas of Colombia. And they're very friendly people, everything's close. $2 Uber rides everywhere. Everywhere is $2. Anywhere you go, it's like $2,
Really?
$2, $2.
They don't try to rip you off on that.
No, because you do it from the app. You can't rip you off.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, they use Uber and they use this other app, which is a Russian app, I think, or a Chinese app. I think it's Russian. It's called InDriver. It's even you get to negotiate with the driver. Yeah, it's like, hey, I don't like your price. I offer you this, and they accept or decline. So it's like a negotiation app.
And then leave you halfway in the fucking street.
Yeah.
In the ghetto.
No, I never had anything bad happen. The first time I went, I was very careless, and then after that, I'm like, I got to be more careful. Like, and you're in a different country, you know.
Yeah, I would not be playing around. I mean, see, I've been to a few different countries. You always got to be on high alert and very, what do you call it? Try to follow the laws because you just don't know what could happen over there.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You got to have your, you got to have your
The last thing you want,
open.
yeah, the last thing you want. I mean, when I was young, I've been in that one time I went to Argentina when I was young, and we got mugged in the middle of the street, in the middle of the city, in the middle of daytime.
That was you. I've never gotten mugged. I've seen people get mugged.
I mean,
never. I've been
I couldn't even freaking believe it, dude. There was like we were getting ready to go watch. This is when Twister first came out in movie theaters. Twister,
broad daylight.
yeah. In the city it was like Times Square, like packed. I mean, you couldn't move, and we had just bought a bunch of candy to go into the movie theater with, and we were getting ready to cross the street, and three kids popped down in front of us, and they were like, at first I didn't know what was going on. I thought they were just looking for like asking for money, like just panhandling. And then the little one in the middle just has his arms like crossed over and he like picks up one arm and he's got this huge like 12-inch freaking blade like tucked away under his arm. He's like, don't do anything stupid. Just give us what you got. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm getting robbed in the middle of the daytime on a vacation. And so like,
yeah, that's crazy.
I walked away and they got one of our cousins. They took his wallet and stuff, but they left me alone. I mean, I was way bigger than everybody at the time, but still, you don't know what could happen. You're not you don't know. You're not used to this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I never had that experience over there. I never really felt unsafe when I went to any of these countries. Obviously, things could happen, but things can happen here in the U.S. too. I'm not going to go walking in Fort Lauderdale one night or Miami. Like, screw that. That's unsafe too.
I mean, but like I said, it was during the daytime, so that's why it was unexpected. I'm sure if you're like, if you're walking in the middle of the night or somewhere that's sketchy, you got to be careful. But
yeah, for the most part, those areas, like as long as you give them your stuff, you're good. Like if someone like tries to do something like that in a different country, just give them whatever they want or asking for. You don't want to be a hero or try to do something stupid because they can get nervous and do something, and then you're risking your life. So
Yeah.
at that point, just give them what you have.
Yeah, definitely not worth it.
Well, when you travel, you know right away. You leave your passport in the room. You don't bring a lot of money. You don't have jewelry. When I go to Colombia, I'm not going to wear. I don't wear jewelry anyways, but no watches, no jewelry, money, very minimum. Like because if you get robbed, you want to still make sure you have money back at the hotel and stuff like that. The problem with
clean underwear.
yeah, the problem with Colombia is that we can make a whole podcast on Colombia because I've been there multiple times, but you usually get robbed at your place. So Colombia is known for women that will take advantage, like they'll set you up, they'll get you back to your place, they'll drug you, and then they'll take all your stuff.
Oh,
So
really?
that's where you have to be careful. Yeah, they have a drug called scopolamine, which is a drug that pretty much puts your body in a situation where you just do anything they ask you to do.
Damn.
And yeah, yeah. So a lot of like Americans or people from overseas go there, they're having a good time. I'm in Colombia, like I don't care. And then they meet up with a street chick, and then she's very friendly. She's like, "Oh, let's go back to your place." You go take her back to your place, you start drinking, and all of a sudden the next day you wake up, or 2 days later you if you wake up, because there's some people that don't wake up, they overdose them and they kill them.
Damn.
And basically they've taken all your shit. So that's the stuff you have to be careful. But man, I mean, honestly, those guys that do that, they're not really,
Right.
what do you call it? Well, yeah, they're drunk and they're not really paying attention to the girl they're hanging out with. Like you have to really be careful who you're talking to.
Yeah.
You know,
Just they think that this hot girl really likes me and she wants to go hang out with me. No, dude. Probably, chances are they're trying to get something from you. So just be very, very careful. And especially, hopefully you're not going by yourself, because at least if you have friends, you might have some backup.
Yeah. Yeah. You always want to go with somebody and stuff like that. And but these, like I said, if you are staying at a hotel resort, they are going to make sure those people they take a picture of their ID, their documents, their passport. They can't enter the property, so they have a trace of them. But not like the cops over here. Like over there, shit happens.
Can they hang out with you? Like let's say that girl that came over, can she hang out with you most of the day on the resort?
Yeah, yeah. She can, as long as she gives ID. If she doesn't have ID, you can't get on the resort. She has to present.
Does it cost you extra? Because she can't eat like all the
so
shit.
So Colombia is not like the US. It's not like like to the book. So if you have a relationship with the guy in the front, be like, hey, I got a girl coming over later, and they'll waive the fee for you. But some resorts, they do charge a fee if they're trying to have a guest overnight.
Okay.
So you tip the guy and that's it. Because they will charge, but it's not as expensive as you might think it's over here,
Really?
Yeah. So it's different. You got to be like, we can make, like I said, we can do a whole podcast in Colombia. Like guys that want to go travel over there. I've been there multiple times. Like you got to be safe, but there's also, it's a good time. Like if you like, just be careful and you know what you're doing, you'll have a blast over there. It's like Vegas, but it's closer, it's cheaper.
Oh, it's like Vegas? I've never been to Vegas. So.
You never been to Vegas?
No.
Oh man. No, I mean, when I say it's like Vegas, it's like where people go to like have a good time. But Vegas is Vegas. Vegas is in the desert.
Yeah.
It has all the hotels. It's beautiful.
I gotta figure. I need to get out. I need to go visit at least Vegas, because I feel I've been here for almost 41 years and never been to Vegas. So
yeah. Vegas is 3 days. I mean, for me, 3 days after that, I want to get the hell out of Vegas. It's 3 nights.
I cannot get drunk in Vegas. I would be so miserable. Like it'd have to be. Actually, I can't even get, like, if I go there and get wasted, I'm done, because like at this age I can't recover like I used to.
Yeah. I mean, Vegas, I'm not a big fan of Vegas. I've been there twice. Like I don't know if I would go back. But if I did, it's just 3 nights maximum. Like I'll go Friday, Saturday, and Sunday and leave. That's it.
Do you like is it the gambling, or is it just the
I don't gamble. So for me, gambling is not, like, the nightlife is cool, like the drinks and like the restaurants are nice, but I don't know, man. It's just like a hotel. It's a bunch of hotels on a strip in the desert. Like it doesn't.
Yeah,
there's not much.
To me, like the reason I haven't been there is because I think they're just way better places to go visit, and that's why
for sure
it's not on my top 10 list to do. So,
well, the Colombia situation was because my friend, he was going, and he said, "Why are you gonna go? Like, just go to Colombia. It's closer. You're not changing time zones. It's cheaper. You'll have a good time. It has everything that Vegas has to offer as far as like a good time, and you're gonna pay less, and it's gonna be closer." You're staying on the same time zone, so that's why I went. And I'm like, oh damn, I'm going. And my friend just got back yesterday. I think I told you he got back yesterday.
I'm waiting for my passport to get back. I'm gonna have to go take a trip to
Dude,
Colombia.
that is like it's a hold up there with the passport. They say it takes like a while to get the passport back.
And dude, it's been like 2 months. And like it has to be coming in. So I gotta check online and see what's going on because it's been forever.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, I think we're kind of running out of time here. So if you guys enjoyed the podcast, the conversation, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and leave us any comments, any questions, or anything else you want to, us to talk about. Anything else that you want to say?
Yeah. So the last thing would be if you guys want to add any topics you want us to talk about, just put them in the comments below, and then we'll make the next podcast, the next couple podcasts about that. So that's it.
All right. Yeah. Next time I got to bring some more ice because I've been drinking this hot ass bourbon.
That's all I have left is an ice cube. Cheers.
All right, man. Cheers. Until next time. I'll see you later.
See you later.
Adios.